You eat well, you sleep fine, you move through your day without pain. But deep down, something feels off. You don't talk about it. Most men don't. But you notice that down there, a quiet signal has gone missing. It's not just about going to the bathroom more often. It's not just waking up at night. It's that silent shift in how your body used to respond. As a penis surgeon, I've heard this quiet concern from thousands of men over 60. They say, I'm not sick, but I don't feel like myself anymore. And they're right. Because often what's changing isn't just your age, it's your hormone rhythm, your urinary flow, and the internal inflammation you didn't know was building. The real surprise, some of the foods you eat every day may be silently fueling this imbalance. According to a study from Tufts University, certain ingredients can irritate the prostate, disrupt your hormone balance, and stress your system down there. But here's the good news. Once you know which foods to avoid and which to add, your body may remember how to feel strong again. Stay with me. This might be the most helpful 10 minutes you spend on your health this week. Most men over 60 assume that trouble down there is just a normal part of getting older. They believe the changes in energy, nighttime bathroom trips, and lower confidence are simply signs of aging. But what if that belief is quietly holding you back from healing? What if your prostate isn't worn out but simply overwhelmed by the wrong messages your body keeps receiving? The prostate is a small gland located just below the bladder. It plays a critical role in urinary function, male hormone, rhythm, and reproductive signaling. But unlike your heart or your lungs, the prostate responds more to the subtle shifts in your daily environment, especially the food you eat. When exposed to inflammation, hormone disruption, or poor circulation, this gland doesn't scream, it whispers. And its first whispers often sound like waking up more at night, a weaker flow, or a fading signal down there. You see, the food you eat has the power to either calm or inflame your prostate. It can either support your testosterone balance or silently push it into chaos. It can improve your blood flow or cut it off in the places where you need it most. And the problem is most of these shifts don't happen overnight. They build slowly meal after meal until one day you notice that your body isn't listening to you the way it used to. Even worse, the foods that trigger these changes aren't exotic or unusual. They're common, they're comfortable, they're part of your routine. And that's why the damage goes unnoticed, because it hides behind habits you've trusted for decades. But there's good news in this story. Your prostate still remembers how to work. Your hormone system still knows its rhythm. Your body still wants to respond. It just needs a clearer signal. And that signal can come from what's on your plate. By understanding which foods to remove and which to invite in, you're not just helping your urinary health, you're giving your whole system permission to recover gently and naturally. Before we dive into those 5 harmful foods, take a moment to reflect, what has your body been quietly trying to tell you lately? Because sometimes the first step to restoring your strength is learning how to listen. Let's begin with what's quietly working against you. These 5 foods are not rare. They're not fancy. In fact, they're often considered normal. But over time, they can create the exact kind of internal stress that leaves your prostate inflamed, your hormone balance disrupted, and your flow down there far from ideal. We're not talking about guilt or fear, we're talking about awareness. Because once you know what's causing the problem, you're already halfway toward fixing it. 1. Processed meats. You might enjoy a slice of bacon at breakfast or a ham sandwich at lunch. It feels harmless, but processed meats like sausages, deli slices, hot dogs, and salami come with hidden costs. These products are often packed with chemical preservatives such as nitrates and nitrites that help extend shelf life. However, once inside your body, they can transform into compounds linked to cancer, especially prostate cancer. But that's just the beginning. Processed meats are also high in sodium, which can cause fluid retention and increase blood pressure. When your urinary system is under pressure, your prostate has to work harder to regulate flow. That stress can lead to inflammation, discomfort, and disruptions down there, even if you feel healthy in other areas. These meats are also loaded with trans fats and saturated fats, which fuel chronic inflammation throughout your body. Over time, this silent inflammation may contribute to prostate enlargement or worsen existing symptoms. According to experts from Tufts University, reducing your intake of processed meats is a simple way to lower inflammation and support hormone balance. Swap cold cuts for fresh lean proteins like turkey, chicken, or wild-caught fish. Your body might respond with renewed energy, and your mornings may start feeling different again. 2. Excessive dairy consumption, milk, cheese, and yogurt are often seen as symbols of health. They're rich in calcium and protein, but when it comes to prostate health, too much dairy can quietly create trouble. Cow's milk naturally contains hormones like estrogen and progesterone. When consumed in excess, these hormones may interfere with your body's own balance, especially the testosterone rhythm that helps regulate everything down there. Another concern is IGF-1, a growth factor found in dairy that has been linked to an increased risk of prostate cancer. When IGF-1 levels rise, your body may begin to stimulate abnormal cell growth, including in the prostate. This silent shift may go unnoticed until symptoms start to appear, such as frequent urination, pelvic pressure, or interrupted sleep. In addition, many men are sensitive to casein, the main protein in cow's milk. Casein can trigger inflammation, especially in the urinary tract. Over time, that low-level irritation can lead to swelling and discomfort in the area that controls flow and confidence. If you enjoy dairy, try switching to plant-based alternatives like almond milk, oat milk, or unsweetened coconut yogurt. These choices are easier on your system and help protect hormone balance as you age. Your body doesn't need to give up flavor, it just needs gentler support. 3. Foods high in saturated fats. There's something deeply satisfying about a plate of fries or a juicy burger, but what feels comforting in the moment may be quietly working against your prostate health. Fried foods, fast food meals, and fatty cuts of red meat are all packed with saturated fats, and that's where the real concern begins. Saturated fats fuel chronic inflammation, the slow-burning process that creates stress deep inside your tissues. Over time, this inflammation can irritate the urinary system, especially around the prostate, where swelling creates that familiar sense of pressure down there. It gets worse. Diets high in saturated fats can reduce healthy blood flow by encouraging plaque buildup in your arteries. That means less oxygen and fewer nutrients reach your prostate, making it harder for your body to maintain normal function and recover from wear and tear. Some studies also show that saturated fats may boost levels of free testosterone, but in a way that's unbalanced. In a disrupted hormonal environment, excess testosterone can act like gasoline on a smoldering fire, promoting abnormal cell growth where it's least welcome. Try replacing saturated fats with heart-healthy options like olive oil, avocado, chia seeds, or fish rich in omega-3. These not only support circulation, but also help soothe inflammation that quietly builds with age. 4. Excessive alcohol consumption. A glass of wine with dinner or a cold beer on a hot day feels relaxing. For many men, it's a small pleasure. But when alcohol becomes a daily habit or weekend ritual, it can quietly begin to disrupt your urinary rhythm and hormonal balance. That disruption often shows up first as sleep problems, urgency at night, or a dull ache down there. Alcohol increases levels of estrogen while lowering testosterone, shifting the delicate hormonal ratio your body depends on. For men over 60, this imbalance may contribute to prostate inflammation or even enlargement. The more often your system is exposed to this cycle, the harder it is for the prostate to reset. Alcohol also dehydrates your body, which makes your urine more acidic. That acidity can irritate the bladder and surrounding tissues, triggering discomfort and more frequent bathroom trips. Even a small glass before bed can cause you to wake up with pressure or restlessness during the night. You don't need to quit completely, but reducing alcohol intake and alternating drinks with water or herbal tea can make a noticeable difference. Your body isn't asking for perfection. It's asking for relief, especially in the parts that are quietly carrying stress. 5. Refined sugar and simple carbs, that morning pastry, the afternoon soda, the late night snack that feels harmless. Refined sugars and simple carbs are everywhere and they offer quick comfort. But for men over 60, these foods may be quietly feeding hormonal imbalance, weight gain, and inflammation down there. When you eat white bread, cookies, sweetened drinks, or pastries, your blood sugar spikes fast. That spike causes your body to release large amounts of insulin, which over time can lead to insulin resistance, a state that has been linked to faster growth of prostate cells and even cancer risk. Worse, these sugar highs often crash, leaving you tired, foggy, and craving more. The cycle leads to belly fat accumulation, which increases estrogen and lowers testosterone. That shift affects your prostate bladder and how your body responds down there. Refined sugar also increases inflammation, especially in the soft tissues of the urinary system. That's why some men notice more urgency, discomfort, or disrupted sleep after sugary meals. The good news is that small changes help. Switch to whole grains like oats or brown rice. Choose fruits with fiber like berries or pears. Your energy will stabilize, your cravings will ease, and your prostate will get a break it desperately needs. Now that you know which foods quietly work against your body, it's time to focus on the ones that work for you. These aren't miracle cures or exotic superfoods. They're everyday ingredients often overlooked that help your body restore balance, reduce inflammation, and support a healthy rhythm down there. If you've been feeling disconnected or sluggish, these 5 choices may help your system remember how to respond again. 1. Cooked tomatoes, lycopene-rich power tomatoes, are one of the most powerful natural tools you can give your prostate. They contain a compound called lycopene, a strong antioxidant that helps fight oxidative stress, the type of slow damage that builds over time and contributes to abnormal growth. Lycopene has been widely studied, and its link to reduced prostate cancer risk is one of the strongest in food-based research. The key is in how you eat them. While raw tomatoes are healthy, cooked tomatoes, like in tomato paste, soups, or stews, release even more bioavailable lycopene. This means your body absorbs more of the antioxidant when tomatoes are slightly heated. In addition, tomatoes also offer vitamin C and potassium, both of which support healthy blood pressure and immune response, especially down there where circulation matters most. If you're already eating tomatoes, great. If not, try blending them into your meals a few times a week. Your prostate doesn't need extreme changes, it just needs consistent nourishing signals. 2. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, kale. These green vegetables may not excite your taste buds at first, but they're powerful allies when it comes to hormone balance and inflammation control. Cruciferous vegetables contain sulforaphane, a natural compound that helps your liver detox harmful substances and regulate estrogen levels. For men over 60, that hormonal support can make all the difference in how your body responds down there. Sulforaphane has been shown to reduce inflammatory markers and support cellular repair, especially in the prostate. These vegetables are also rich in fiber, which improves digestion and reduces pressure on the pelvic area by preventing constipation and bloating. Adding broccoli or cabbage to your weekly meals doesn't have to be boring. You can roast them with olive oil, add garlic and turmeric, or stir fry with a bit of ginger. What matters most is consistency. The more often your body gets these signals, the easier it becomes to protect and repair prostate function. 3. Pumpkin seeds, tiny but powerful. It's hard to believe something so small can have such a big impact, but pumpkin seeds are one of the best foods for men concerned about their prostate. These seeds are rich in zinc, a mineral essential for maintaining testosterone levels and supporting prostate tissue. Low zinc levels have been linked to benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, a condition that causes frequent urination and weak flow. Pumpkin seeds also contain phytosterols, natural compounds that may reduce the conversion of testosterone into DHT, a hormone strongly tied to prostate enlargement. When DHT levels are too high, the prostate becomes more reactive and prone to swelling. A small handful of raw or lightly roasted pumpkin seeds added to your oatmeal or salad can go a long way. These seeds also provide omega-3 fatty acids, which help soothe inflammation down there and improve circulation. Don't underestimate them. Small steps lead to lasting support. 4. Green tea gentle. But powerful green tea is more than a calming drink. It's a gentle form of natural hormone support. Rich in antioxidants called catechins, green tea helps your body fight free radicals and reduce chronic inflammation, especially around sensitive tissues like the prostate. Several studies suggest that green tea may help slow the growth of prostate cells, particularly in men with BPH or early symptoms of enlargement. Its gentle diuretic effect also supports fluid balance, which can ease nighttime bathroom trips and reduce pressure in the lower abdomen. If caffeine is a concern, opt for decaffeinated green tea, which still provides most of the benefits without disrupting sleep. Skip bottled versions with added sugar and go for loose leaf or bagged green tea brewed fresh. When enjoyed daily, even in small amounts, this habit sends a strong message to your body, especially down there. 5. Omega-3 rich fish, salmon, sardines, trout. Omega-3 fatty acids are known for their heart benefits, but they also play a crucial role in prostate health and hormone regulation. Fish like salmon, sardines, and trout are packed with these fats, which help reduce inflammation and improve blood flow, particularly in the lower body. Better circulation means better oxygen and nutrient delivery to your prostate, which helps maintain healthy tissue and reduces the risk of abnormal growth. In fact, some research suggests that men who consume omega-3 rich fish regularly may have a lower risk of prostate cancer. Aim to enjoy these fish 2 to 3 times a week. If that's difficult, consider high-quality fish oil supplements, but always consult your doctor first. Your prostate doesn't just need less inflammation, it needs the right kind of nourishment to stay healthy. And omega-3 second, deliver that in a simple, powerful way. Your body rarely shouts. It whispers. And when it comes to the prostate, those whispers often get dismissed as normal aging, but they're not. They're warning signals, and learning to hear them could be the difference between ongoing decline and a quiet return to strength. One of the earliest signs is nighttime urination. If you're waking up more than once during the night, it may be because your prostate is pressing against your bladder or struggling with low-grade inflammation. You may also notice a weaker urine stream difficulty starting, or the feeling that you're never fully emptying your bladder. These are not just minor inconveniences, they're red flags. Another quiet shift happens down there. That once familiar morning readiness may begin to disappear. It's not always about desire. Often it's about circulation, hormone rhythm, and how well your internal system is responding to the signals it used to follow effortlessly. Pain is not always part of the picture. In fact, the most dangerous changes are usually the most silent. That's why tuning in early when the signs are soft is your best chance to act before things get worse. Your body is always talking to you. The question is, are you listening? You don't need a prescription to start healing. Sometimes the most powerful shift begins right on your plate. The foods you avoid and the ones you welcome send clear signals to your prostate, your hormones, and your circulation down there. By now, you've seen how common foods like processed meats, excess dairy, and sugar don't just affect your waistline. They create slow, silent pressure that builds with time. But you've also discovered how simple changes, adding cooked tomatoes, pumpkin seeds, green tea, or omega-3 fish, can gently rebalance your hormone rhythm and soothe the inflammation that's been holding you back. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need to change everything at once, but you do need to choose, because every bite you take either feeds the problem or fuels your comeback. The truth is, your body isn't broken. It's just been trying to talk to you. With every trip to the bathroom, every slow morning, every signal you feel or don't feel down there, it's been asking for support. And now you know how to respond. So if this message resonated with you, take one small action today. Share this with someone you care about. Leave a comment with what you're changing. Or just promise yourself to listen better. Because the best time to support your prostate isn't later. It's now.